girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Females made you just touching me.
Hey everybody, so I decided to go ahead and film my go-to makeup look. This is my go-to makeup that I always do when I want to feel cute and glam, okay? So I would say this is like a natural beat flowing into soft glam because it's like super duper on, you know what I'm saying? The face is on, it's eating down, and I decided to share that with y'all. So if y'all want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. What's up everybody? So y'all already know I'm about to be showing y'all my everyday makeup routine. This is what I've been doing for the past few months, and I've developed this routine because I've been wearing my makeup a little bit softer. So all of the products is what I currently use. So this is my updated current everyday makeup. Like this is my, I ain't gonna call it everyday makeup because I don't even wear makeup every day, but this is my go-to makeup when I'm about to, you know, when I want to wear some makeup but I don't want to do too much. This is that. So first things first, I do a skincare routine. So I gotta get my skin all nice and prepped. If y'all want to see my skincare routine, leave me a comment and I'll be sure to record one for y'all. But I do have dry, sensitive skin. Those are the two main keys right here. So if you don't have dry or sensitive skin, this video may not be for you, but this is for my dry and sensitive skin girlies because all of the products I'm going to be using are going to be for my skin type. If you are oily girl watching this, you will just have to substitute a couple of the products that I'm going to be using to fit your skin type. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Before I get started with my makeup, I always use this primer by Milk. It is the Hydro Grip Primer. I had to read that. I love this because it just makes my skin just look the bomb. Like before I put my makeup on, and then when I put my makeup on, it just melts the makeup into my skin. So that's why I like to use this. And I've been using this since 2023. I've been using this since 2023. So I think, you know, I like it. So we're just gonna pump two lines. One line here and one line here. And I'll actually put a little bit on my forehead and my chin, and we're gonna go ahead and rub that in. So now we got the skin all nice and prepped and ready to go. The next step is going to be my eyebrows. For my eyebrows, I like to keep it very simple. I like to use a brow pen of some sort because I like the fluffy laminated brow look, and I feel like this allows me to achieve that look. So I'm using this one from iMethod. It is a brow pen that has two different sides. You can only get it online, but it has one side that's a pen form and then one side that has two prongs to make it easier. Okay, if you don't want to order a pen like that online, a good one that you can pick up in store is the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. The only difference is this one only has the pen side, one prong pen side, that's it. So but this one is pretty good and I like to use this one as well. I'm just going to take this disposable eyebrow spoolie, make sure my brows are all in one direction. I like to make sure they're all shaped upward like a laminated effect, and then I go in with the pen side, but that's just the one prong with the iMethod pen, and then I just start to kind of just fill in where my eyebrows are a little sparse. So like right here in the middle, they're very sparse right here, so I just draw some upward lines and just try to mimic my brow hair. Just like that. It starts to fill in really well. And that is how it should look when you're done. You see the difference? This one's very sparse and this one looks more filled in. Normally I would go ahead and put this, it's the Milk Kush Brow Lamination Brow Gel. but I don't feel like I need it today. I did recently have my brows done, so I think I'm good. Normally I would set it, but it looks like they're already in place, so I don't think I need that today. So now we're going to move into concealing our brows. So I'm just going to take a light concealer. I'm going to take 2 concealers. So both of these concealers are by Milk. It's the Future Fluid concealer. I just use this for my brows mainly because it does crease underneath the eyes, but these are the these are creamy concealers, and that's why I like to use them for my eyebrows. We're going to use the lighter concealer underneath the eyebrow, and then we're going to use the one that's going to be closer to my skin tone on the top of the brow. The reason why I do this is because the lighter one is going to give me a natural highlight underneath my brow, which will look more aesthetically pleasing. And then the darker one, I put it up here, that's going to be closer to my skin tone, so it can blend into my foundation instead of having the same highlighted one here and here when I don't need to highlight above my brow. I just need to highlight underneath my brow. Does it make sense? Let me know in the comments if it's making sense. Okay, so I'm going to be using this flat concealer brush. This is by P. Louise 7071. That's the number. I love this brush because I love how precise you can get under the brow with it. I put a little bit of that lighter concealer on the back of my hand, and all of the products will be listed in the description box. If you don't hear me say it in the video, I will put it in the description box, so just look there. Okay, so I'm gonna take my mirror and my brush. I'm gonna hold it like I'm writing, and I'm gonna go right underneath my eyebrow and start to line my brow where the hairs are starting to grow out of the follicle. And I'm just gonna line that up and follow the arch of my brow. I'm getting as close to the hairs as possible. I'm not going over the hairs because I'm not creating the arch. I'm just following the arch that already exists. I'm not creating one. So, and now I'm going to go ahead and start to blend that concealer out. And I'm using a different brush. This is a brush I've had for a very, very long time. I don't know what the number is, but it's a dual fiber brush, which means that it has synthetic and natural hairs in it, and it's just domed and round. So you want to look for something that looks like that. And I'm just kind of pressing it in and then sweeping it out. All right, so that is how it looks all blended out. So now I'm just going to take my darker concealer and my same flat brush, and I'm going to load that up. And we're going to start to follow the shape of my brow again at the top. We're not creating a shape, we're following the shape that already exists, okay? Then we're going to take our same blending brush that we used to blend out the concealer at the bottom, blend out the concealer on the top. Okay, so now our brows are done. The next thing I like to do is a light dusting of some eyeshadow. If I was going out and I was like going out for the night, then I would do more of eyeshadow. But this look is like a nice light eyeshadow type vibe. You know, I don't want to do too much with the eyeshadow. I really want the face to look very clean and uniform. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my bronzer. This one is by ColourPop, and it's called Moonlight Beach. This is what it looks like. I have hit pan to let y'all know that I do use my items. And I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush. This one is by Morphe. It is a M330. And we're just going to lightly apply a little bit in the crease, just to kind of warm the crease up a little bit. Now my lid is already dark, so I'm not going to put a lot on my lid. Plus I have these lashes on, so I don't like to put a lot of eye makeup on when I have on lashes anyway. So we're just going to blend that out until it just has like a very soft blend, nothing too harsh. I just don't want the concealer to be running into my lid, and it's literally like, just, you could tell I just put concealer and didn't blend it out. So that's what we're using this bronzer for. We're kind of using it as a transition shade to blend my concealer into my natural eye. The eyes are done for now, but now we're gonna go back to the skin. So there are two different foundations that I like to use for this look. Sometimes I like to use the e.l.f. foundation. This is the Halo Glow foundation. And then sometimes I like to use my Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin foundation. Today, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Halo Glow foundation. Like I told y'all, I have dry skin, so I do like a very luminous and very dewy foundation. If this is not your vibe, then you might want to try some more mattifying foundations for oily skin. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. It comes with this big kind of like a concealer tip, but they put it in the foundation. I'm just going to put it on my cheeks, on my chin, and then on my forehead, a little bit on my nose. Okay, this is the brush that I'm going to be using to blend out my foundation. This is the Expert Face brush by Real Techniques. You can also use a blending sponge, like a beauty blender, but I like to use the brush. I think that it applies the foundation really, really nicely, and it blends it out really well. I like to tap my foundation in while I'm blending. There are, you know, more than one way to skin a cat, but I like to press my foundation into my skin. This is how I build coverage and only have to apply a small amount of foundation to get my desired look, instead of like swiping it. I feel like when you swipe your foundation, you kind of wipe the product away and you don't get the coverage that you're desiring. So I just keep blending until my foundation is all the way blended out. So for my highlight and contour, which will be the next step, I like to use these three concealers by Dior. They are the Forever Skin Correct concealers, and I'm going to tell you how I use each one. So the lighter one, I like to highlight with this one. This is going to be to brighten up my under eye. So this one is like close to my skin tone. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit lighter, but it's close. I like to do this first as my first layer of concealer, and then I put the lighter one on top to brighten up underneath the eyes. And then this one is the darkest one out of the three, and of course this one is to contour my face. First, we're going to start with this one. I'm going to just make a couple little dots here, like that. My doe foot applicator broke off, y'all. It's in there somewhere. And I'm also going to take some above my nose, and we're going to go ahead and blend that out. We're going to be using another Real Techniques brush. This one is it's called a setting brush, but I like to use this to blend out like concealers. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to start to blend that concealer out underneath my eye. And as you can see, it is already doing its job. And I'm blending it up. I'm blending it up and out. So up and out first, and then whatever is left over, we blend into the cheek. The next step is the lighter one. I'm going to put this here in the inner part of my eye on both sides. Then we're going to go on the, literally make a dot on the center little button nose part. Then we're going to make a little tiny little tick down the bridge of the nose. Don't bring it all the way down. And then we're going to do a little bit of an like kind of a fan with 3 little ticks on the forehead. And then I'm going to put 1 little dot on my chin. Now this is going to help bring brightness back to my face. I feel like when you use a concealer that matches your skin tone completely, it can make you just look one tone. And we want to add dimension to our face when we're wearing makeup. So I like to do a little bit of highlighting. That's why I took a little bit of the lighter concealer and just start to blend that out. So right here, I'm always going to keep it on the side of my nose too, because you want this part to be the brighter part of the face. You don't want to bring it too much out here, because I feel like it can make your eye it can lift your eye, but it can also make you look too highlighted at times. So this is like for every day, this is perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna blend out our chin. Just gonna blend that out really easily. We're still using the same Real Techniques brush. And I like to tap in all of my products, as y'all can see. I am a tap girl, okay? Because I want my stuff to look really nice. So now I'm just gonna blend that out on my nose. Now this part can get a little tricky, but it does not matter because we're gonna contour. So we're gonna, when we blend this in, we're gonna tap it, but we're gonna bring that product up into the forehead, above the brow. If you get too much product on your brush, you can always take a paper towel and clean your brush so you don't have too much product on your brush. And I'm just gonna sweep it downward to kind of blend that out. Now this comes with so much practice. So y'all, only thing I can tell y'all for real is just like practice, because practice really does make perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna contour. We're gonna take our darker shade of the Forever Skin Correct by Dior, and I'm gonna take 3 little ticks, and I'm just gonna put them right here underneath my cheekbone, like on the side of my face. And then I'm gonna do some on my forehead. Now, since I got these heavy baby hairs here, I'm just gonna put one right here, and I'm just gonna put one right here, because I just feel like you're not gonna really be able to see it. But if my hair was different, I would do 3. Okay, so now we're just gonna go on the side. We're gonna take it from the beginning of our brow down the sides of the bridge of our nose. But we're not gonna take it all the way down to the point of our nose. We're just gonna stop right at the, like where the ball of our nose starts. And we're just gonna stop right there, okay? So now we're gonna go ahead and blend that out. And I'm going to be using the same brush that I used to apply my foundation. And we're just gonna press that into that divot into our face, where our face naturally has a shadow, to create more of a, you know, chiseled cheekbone. We're adding some dimension back into our face. I'm gonna hit that side right there, blend that in. You see how that just blends in so effortlessly. Now, if you're having a problem with blending your products, you might be using too much. You might be using too much. So I would recommend, you know, just using a little bit of product, because you can always add, but it's very hard to take away. Okay, we're gonna blend out this nose contour, and we're gonna start at the tip right here, and we're gonna blend this part into underneath the brow and in front of the brow. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring it into the brow. Now, I do want to say, if this video is moving a little bit too fast and you do need more coaching, or you're feeling like you're not grasping it from this video, I do have my $10 online makeup courses. They will be linked in the description if you need more help, or you can always schedule a one-on-one FaceTime call with me. And I will also have the link down below in the description box for that as well. So I'm really here to help you all, but I know that, you know, I can't teach everything on YouTube. I try to do it in different ways because I know more people need help, but I'm trying to give y'all some tips as well. So once I blend this into, you don't want to blend it too into the middle, because you want to create the illusion that you have a tiny little nose, right? So we're staying away from blending it into the center. We're blending it outward. We're not going to blend it into our under eye where we put our concealer. It's just like right here on the sides of the nose. So now I'm going to take this brush again, and I'm just going to sweep it down the middle of my nose, in between, to soften up those 2 lines, and then press this back in up in my forehead to blend out that line where we contoured. And now we are done with the concealers. So now the last of the liquid products that we're going to be using is this liquid blush by Rare Beauty. I love it so much. I love a rosy cheek, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to apply now. Now this is optional. However many dots you want to do, you can do. I personally like 2, so I just pop it right on the high points of my cheekbone, and I'll go right here and right here, almost like you're doing like underneath the eye, but like off to the side. I'm going to be using the same brush that I used to do my concealer, and I'm just going to pop that. I'm going to start blending in a circular tapping motion. Now I'm going to keep it up and out. That's where I want to keep it at. I don't really want it to be on my I don't really want it to be on the apples on my cheek. I kind of want it to be over here, like off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and start to do the setting process. So the setting powder I like to use is the One Size Beauty setting powder. I like it because it locks everything in place. You don't have to worry about your concealer creasing throughout the day, and it lasts all day. So if y'all haven't tried One Size Beauty, you definitely should give it a try. I'm using the color Sweet Honey, but if you want like a more, if you're my skin tone and you want like a more softer look, you probably want to use Sweet Peach because it's a little bit deeper. But I like a bright under eye, so I'm going to be using Sweet Honey. I'm going to be using a triangle powder puff to set this powder underneath my eyes. So I like to use this because it really helps press the powder into the skin without it looking cakey. So I just go right underneath here, and it fits right in your little, you know, nook here. And just go on the sides of the nose. Like go down the sides and then turn it as you're pushing it, so you can really lock that powder in. And then you just press this in. You just want to still keep it underneath the eye and on that cheek area. But as you can see, instantly it has mattified the under eye and taken away that shine. So this is something that you oily girls will love to use. I also like to set down the bridge of my nose with this powder as well, and a little bit on my forehead. Like that. Taking my finger and making sure I'm just wiping off that excess. Okay, so to set my whole face, we're going to go in with this Milk setting powder in Translucent Deep. And we're going to be using a Real Techniques. It says blush brush, but this is very big. And I just use this to set my whole face. So I'm just making sure I don't get no surprises when I open up this container. I'm tapping that powder down. And I'm going to put a little bit in my lid. So like that much. Take my powder brush from Real Techniques. And I'm just going to go ahead and start to set my face with this. Now you can put this in your brows to take away that shine. There we go. Because we want a dewy look. We don't want to look like we're melting, you know. We want balance. Okay. So now I'm going to go back in with my bronzer, the same one that I used for my eyes. We're going to use this to kind of carve out our face a little bit deeper. So exactly where you place the liquid contour, you're going to go in with this. You're going to go right on top of the liquid contour with this. Now I'm going to go in with my SmashBox. It's like a blush duo, but it also has a contour powder and a highlight powder. I'm just going to be using this blush and this highlighter. So I'm going to go in with the same brush that I used to contour with. I just wiped it off. And we're going to add that lighter blush right here on top. Just a tad, not too much, you know. We're not about to go crazy with the blush. Just a little bit, just to kind of refresh that blush a little bit. I'm going to go back into that palette for the highlight part. And I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush. This is by Bdellium Tools. And the name has been wiped off, but it's by Bdellium. and it's a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to go right here on the top of my cheekbones in a circular motion. We're going to go down a little bit down the bridge of the nose. I'm going to pop it right here in the center of that little button nose, and then I'm going to put a little bit here on the cupid's bow. Next, I'm going to go in with my setting mist. This is by Morphe. It's the continuous setting spray, and I'm going to go ahead and spray my face. This is the only setting spray I'm going to be spraying. A lot of people use fixing sprays, but I don't feel like I need that because my makeup stays on pretty well. So if you are a person who, you know, feels like your makeup's always coming off, you could try a fixing spray. One Size has one, and also Cryoline has one, but I'm just going to be using the setting mist. Okay, so now we're gonna finish up the look with a lip. So first things first, I'm gonna line my lips. The lip liner I'm gonna be using is called Brownie, and it's by Juvias Place. We're just gonna go ahead and line our lips. So I'm just gonna okay, so I do like to overline my top lip, so I'm just going to take it a little bit above where my lip line is, like outside of it. So now I'm going to go ahead with this lip. It's called Ultra Matte Lip Liquid Lipstick by ColourPop, and the color is Double Date. I'm going to put that right here and then tap my lips together. And then put a little bit here, tap my lips together again, and just blend it into the liner by tapping my lips together. So now I'm going to go in with my lip glosses because I'm going to. So the first one I'm going to be doing is by ColourPop. It's the Ultra Glossy Lip, and the color is Bookworm. So that's that one. And then we're going to go into the center of the lips with this NYX Butter Gloss, and this one is in Fortune Cookie. So I'm going to put that first right here. I like to have like a brighter lip gloss in the center of my lips to brighten up my lip color. Like that. And don't worry if it's not blended, because we're going to go in with our Bookworm lip gloss. And we're gonna put that right on top. Just like that. And it just blends all together. Before I forget, I'm gonna add a little bit of this mascara at the bottom on my bottom lashes. This is SmashBox mascara, and it's called Super Fanned Out Mascara. So we're going to do this at the bottom. I like it because the brush is so skinny, and I feel like it really helps my bottom lashes like stick out. And that is the finished look. I love this makeup because it's so wearable. You can wear it anywhere. And if you like it too, make sure you like this video. Make sure you comment down below. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But yes, if y'all would like to see how I got my hair like this, I have already recorded the video, so make sure y'all watch it. I think it's a YouTube short, but you'll still get the vibe. So yeah, see y'all in my next one.
I just